Good evening and welcome to Night Sauce and Wingers. I'm Dominic. Obviously, you guys know me if you knew. I'm a very chirpy person, try to see the best in things, always positive. That's how I've been brought up. And I'm just trying to see the positive in different things. Guys, I can't do that today. I can't do it today. This has been the worst performance I've seen in a long time. You know what I said, right? You can lose cup games. You can lose competition games. It's hard. It's a one-off. The pressure's on. You've got to really pick up your stinking socks and prove to yourself that you can do it. Sometimes you might get a foul. The ref might be against you. Sometimes the luck's just not with you. In this game, we didn't turn up. The man of the game, we did not turn up. It's not in one of those games where it was close or, oh, no, we didn't get the right. No, we were terrible. I can go through every single player and say what went wrong. Not good enough. Not good enough. I'm fuming. I'm disgusted that my team that I put so much effort into, that you put so much effort into, turned up and did that. That dish dirty water that turned up. Leicester City had how many people out? How many people?
I could tell. I'll tell you. They've had, I think they have about 6 players out. Keep talking. I'll find a tweet for you now, bro.
Honestly, right. I'm in a situation where I'm quite analytical in my approach, right? I always write notes when I'm watching games. I don't want to miss a thing. I don't want it just to be emotion based. I want to see what happened on the pitch and how we can improve, what went wrong, what went right, so we can keep growing, keep moving. The amount of notes I've got is shocking, and they're not good notes. Flicking, take a seat, buckle in, because we're going for a flicking ride here, because this ain't a good ride. This is a bumpy ride. This is shocking. And I want to hear from people today. If you want to call in, flicking call in. I'm opening up the lines because I can't take this madness anymore. This is a joke. This is an absolute joke. Manchester United Football Club got beat by Leicester City without some of their key players. Are you having a laugh? Most of those people on that pitch were new signings, costing upwards of 40 million. Can't do nothing. Can't do nothing. I'm hearing that Fred is the saviour. Pastor, I've heard so many people go, oh, don't give up on Fred. Mate, I think Fred's given up on Fred. Fred's given up on Fred. I don't want to hear anything about Fred. Oh, geez, oh, nurture him. Oh, keep going. Oh, yeah. I said to you on how many different streams, Aiden, that Fred is not good enough. There's so many people out in the market right now that can flick and defend like Fred, but guess what? They can pass too. They can pass.
Sal's one of them. We've been linked to him.
Honestly, they can pass. Tell me what team are taking Fred in our league. I'll tell you right now, it'd probably be Newcastle. And they want him on free, right? Because they got to take anybody right now. They got to take anybody right now. It's not good enough. And you know what I'm saying, Aiden, right? We're in a situation where people are saying, okay, no, he is good. Fine. He is good, but he's not good enough.
Good enough, exactly.
To get to the levels that we need to get to, we need players that are good enough, that bring our players up. We can't keep relying on the likes of Bruno, Pogba, and people keep bailing us out. It's not good enough. It's not sustainable. I say it all the time. Right. It is not eco-friendly to rely on these individual people. I'm embarrassed to support my club the way that in that performance they did. I'm embarrassed. I was laughing at Arsenal earlier, going, what's going on? I said, you know what? I'm going to reserve my judgment until the end of the match. But Arsenal, at least they came back and did some fight. What did we do?
Exactly. Nothing.
What did we do? Mate, I'm not here for it, man. I'm not here for it. And normally I don't go like this, but it's really got to me. BBC One, flicking evening match. The sun's out, birds are chirping. We're in a nice kit. It's a nice pitch, right? And we can't turn up and play ball. Don't get it, mate. Don't get it. So, guys, sorry, I had to let that go. I had to let that out. We're going to get to the comments and see how people's feeling. Let me come to you in a second, Aiden. Let me just see what people are feeling, and so they can sort of vent as well. Guys, Mabanda, Aiden's will be back in a second. Now, Man City are going to win the quadruple. Eclipse Man United played with shocking. Oh, I hear you. If they win the quad, mate, I don't know if I'm going to come back on Twitter. If Man City win the quad, I'll say you right now, if they win the quad, I don't know if I'm going to come back on Twitter. I'll be honest with you. I can't take it. I'll have to have some sort of I'll have to have a holiday from Twitter for about 6 months. I can't take it if Man City do that. Ollie is a waster, man. I can't even disagree with you. Defensive masterclass. Kliss, the most positive guy on YouTube. Disgraceful. This loss is on Ollie. Why would you sub off Donny but keep on Fred? This loss could end up with Man City quad. Scott giving away free kick. Then he didn't flick and help on a back post. Maguire not even bothered to close down. It's shambolic. Marco, I'm so sick of Ollie now. Nmop upside down. The time has come to change the manager. Kindergarten tactics. Andrew saying, what have Ollie in people got to say after that? Pathetic performance and time again for 2 years. Shocking. 4 subs, 0 impact, 0 impact. MFB, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the only Man United not to win a trophy in the last 50 years. 50 years. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. Akil, 4 substitutions made at the same time and Fred was still on the pitch. Still giving out leaflets that no one wants. He's not a pastor. He's not a pastor. Dom, people are talking about Maguire costing 8 million. Fred is 20 million less and can't pass. I hear you, man. Aiden, what's your thoughts, mate? I'm sorry, I've had to go off on one. I just couldn't take this stupidness, mate.
Silly, man. Bro, do you know what the thing is? You know, I've watched football quite a while. I remember my first game. I have like a vague memory of 07, 08 United. And not many times do I feel genuinely angry over it. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to put my fist through a wall after watching that. It gets to me on a deeper level purely because, you know, from someone that's at uni, you know, that shells out money to watch this club. I pay £35 a month for Now TV. I pay £25 a month for BT Sport. I pay £10 a month for Amazon Prime or whatever it is. And I'm at uni, all doing it out of my own pocket. I pay all of that. And some of these guys get more in a week than I probably will ever see in my entire lifetime. And that's what pisses me off. You can't even chase the ball. You can't even run for it. Maguire and Matic just watched them run in. They watched them run in and score. They watched it. The entire team today was pathetic. I'm not talking about technical ability. I'm not talking about winning the game with a worldie. I'm talking about basic desire and passion. This is about England. England is the capital of passion merchants, and you can't even do that. We're supposed to be Passion FC, and you can't even give that. Regardless of technical ability, regardless of formations, you can't even give what this team is known for, is passion. And aside from the players, Ole, inept. I went on the United stand back in November. I said, Ole with the substitution, he's naive. The mentality of the team is naive. I said it in June on January on your show. Do you remember what I said? I said, it doesn't matter about the defence. 1 minute's the defence. 1 minute's the forwards. But the reason is the mentality is awful. And that comes from the manager. That comes from the board. I'm so fed up of it. This manager is tactically inept. He has no mentality. He reverts back to McFred when you need a goal. Pathetic. And we have players that don't even chase the ball. It's all pathetic from everyone involved today. Everyone. Pathetic.
Bro, guys, honestly, I don't even feel right saying like smash the like button. I don't even know why you do it. You know what? Smash the like button if you're just as fed up, feel let down by the team, just like me and Aiden. Because honestly, I'm in a different place. I'm in a different place right now. There's so much to talk about. I've literally wrote down like a dissertation when I was back in uni in my old days, like of how bad this was. How bad this was. They literally didn't have Madison. They're flicking Braveheart. They're flicking. Honestly, bro, who'd they have out?
So this is the amount of players they had out. This was just for today, yeah. Under, Barnes, Justin, Morgan, Pereira, and Madison.
Oh my God.
So Pereira is consistently a starter. Barnes is a super sub. Justin is a starter. Madison is a starter.
Mate, Pereira is
all of them out.
All of them. Bro, I was looking at the team, right? They went Tillerman's goal, right? You know what? No. Let's start with Pastor Fred. Who's supposed to be this guy who's epic. Give him a chance, right? He's good at nipping legs and, you know, getting the ball back. This guy is not good. I said it on the flicking stream I did. I said, who needs to leave? I said, Fred is not good enough. And people were like, no, he is. Come on, give him a chance. He's not. And it took this for people to actually realise, Aiden, he's not good enough. What are you doing?
People are fickle, bro. People are fickle.
What was he doing in that situation, right? when he's got the ball. Maguire, okay, fair enough. Maguire passes the ball to him. But you know what? Maguire's saying, look, you're a freaking £50 million freaking signing. Get the ball and deal with it, right? Okay. What is he doing? What is he passed it
Bro,
back?
it's silly. It's even like, do you remember the goal Xhaka conceded against Arsenal? Even though Xhaka got it in an awkward position, just kick it out. If you don't know what to do, just kick it out. Kick it out. Right. But do you know what it comes down to? Yeah, I was going to say, do you know what it comes down to? It comes down to the fact that, number one, we look way too tentative in playing out the back. Yeah. That is an underlying issue that comes from coaching. Yes, I understand that Maguire and Fred made mistakes, but we're way too tentative playing out the back. If Fred had it as second nature how to play out the back, he probably would have kicked it out. Yeah. But because he doesn't know how to, because he's not coached to play out the back, he has to think on the spot. And that's why Maguire played the pass in the first time. Maguire shouldn't be playing that pass. That's a stupid pass to play. Back to the players, Fred has 3 guys coming onto him. It's a silly pass to play. But Fred makes a meal of it. But if you have someone that is coached, a back four that is coached, they'll just figure it out.
Yep.
But that's what we need. They're not coached. They look tentative, like they don't know what they're doing. They look like a 16-year-old asking a girl out and he's nervous. That's what they're like. Oh, do you want to date me? Have some backbone.
It's so bro. I was watching it and I said to myself, are we playing Leicester City? Like this Manchester United, I can't even get on to Matic. I can't get into him because there's not enough time to talk about every single player who is not at the level. Because I remember I said to myself, you know what, right? Matic, okay, I know he's not playing a lot. He turned up in a suit to get his new contract. He's probably thinking, yeah, I got this. This guy got nothing. Matic has not got any. Did you see when Tielemans, literally one pass and go, Matic goes in close, moves it. Did you see him trying to run for him? Did you see it? My Lord have mercy.
I'm gonna eat my Kinder to make me feel better.
Mate, honestly, you eat your Kinder, man. You'll probably eat it faster than freaking Matic runs. It was an absolute joke. I've got so much to talk about, and I want to get into the comments because I could go on for freaking all night. Look, Andrew's saying was pathetic. 4 subs are on. Honestly, that's so bad. Donny and Telechet again treated badly. Maguire was worst centre back I've ever seen. We keep giving average players chances. That's why we remain average. Honestly, there's so much we can talk about. Guys, please like the video and subscribe if you're new. I appreciate you joining because I can't get through this without you because honestly, I can't tell you when that goal went in, the third goal. All right, so we're in a situation, right? Let's talk through the game. Let's talk through the events that flicking happened, right? We start the game and I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is a big occasion. The team news came out, Aiden, and people were like, you know what? This ain't too bad. Gassed. This is not too bad because we've got people that can retain the ball. We've got people that are good players, our best players that we need. We've got attacking Tellers. We've got Pogba. We've got Van der Beek that likes to play it nice. This is looking good. I can get on board with this, right? Starts to pan out, and I'm thinking to myself, we've got no midfield. We've literally got our front door open saying, come in, make yourself at home, go upstairs, sit in my bed if you want, and watch Netflix. Do whatever you want to do because there was no midfield, bro. The midfield was erratic. It was gone. So you got Matic there, slow Matic. You got Fred trying to figure. Even when that goal, when Tielemans turned Matic right, Fred. If you see a guy freaking going for it, you barge him out the way.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't even do that. But that's the thing, bro. And that's the thing. Like people are saying, oh, well, and I see people saying, well, do you not want Ole to use the bench? Of course I want Ole to use the bench. Of course I want him to use squad depth. But if he's going to do that, he needs to put a plan in place.
Yep.
He needs to. I'm telling you, I'm not having this excuse if he hasn't got enough time. We haven't got enough time on the training ground is stupid. Tuchel, look at him. He's completely changed the way they play. It's been 2 months. Within 48 hours, he changed the way they play. He needed to go in. If you're going to change the midfield, go in and tell people what to do. I guarantee he picked that midfield and he said, go out and do something. Because they didn't look organised. And then when he realised what he was doing wasn't working, do you know what he did? He just went back to the usual crap. He went back to the usual McFred, defensive fullbacks, all this waffle. He hasn't even got the integrity. He hasn't even got the backbone to say, actually, look, if Ole, subbed off, I don't know, Lindelof or Maguire, brought on Williams as an attacking fullback, maybe brought on Bruno as well as Van der Beek, I'd be like, okay, at least you went for it. But he didn't even do that. He didn't even do that. He went, why are you going back to a defensive team when you need a goal? Really, you need 2. It's just silly. And the worst thing is, I said the same thing back in November on the United stand. I said the same thing. I'm literally repeating myself. naivety in game management by the players and the manager. It's not changed.
No, it's not changed.
It's just silly.
It's not changed, bro. Guys, honestly, I need to get into comments to see how people are feeling because need to have your say. Dom, people won't admit this, but Rashford's the only player on the wings that actually takes players on. Although he has low IQ, we desperately need. We need coaching so much. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Fred isn't good enough. AWB isn't too, Dominic. No, AWB is not good enough. I'd say when we say good enough, let's just make sure people understand. When I say good enough, they might be good, but to reach the upper echelons, I've got a picture right above my head of the treble. There's no way AWB for me is going to help us win the treble. No way. No way.
That's Ronaldo over there, guys. That's Ronaldo. See that picture? Remember the Real Madrid when he sat there and he watched people? That's the type of players we want. Yep. I'm telling you guys, okay, players that are good enough. Maguire not. Lindelof not. Wan-Bissaka not. Shaw is. Henderson, I don't know. Pogba is. Bruno is. Van der Beek is. Matic is not. Fred is not. No. McTominay is not. James is not. Cavani is not a good long-term solution.
He's going. Cavani's going.
Martial is in the right team. But half this team isn't good enough. There's only about 5 players I can say are good enough and will genuinely be good enough.
But Aiden, this is the problem, bro. We can't buy all these players in one window. And we wouldn't even.
The thing is, bro, like, if you look at our squad, though, we should be doing a lot better.
Oh, 100%.
And this is what I'm saying. Like, I understand. Look, I'm not expecting Ole to go win the Champions League in the Premier League right now. I'm not. Because for that, you need a right winger, you need a DM, and you need a centre-back. But I'm expecting him to at least get to a final. Southampton went farther in FA Cup than we did. There is no excuse to get dumped out. The fact that we lost today, partly because of the fact Ole was silly with his substitutions and lineup, could mean that we lose the opportunity to prevent Man City winning a quad. Can you imagine that?
No, mate.
It could come down to the fact that Ole put out a silly midfield and he made silly subs.
I'll say it right now.
This is the irony. Wait, this is the irony. The person that won us the treble could be the person that inadvertently allows City to win a quad.
Bro, I'm saying it again. I'm going to say it again. If City would win the quad, whatever you want to call it, I'm taking a break off Twitter. It's a sabbatical, paternity leave, whatever you want to call it.
I'm going into hibernation, brother.
I'm literally, Twitter's going to be an awful place to be. There's nothing we can say as Manchester United fans that our history of the treble, it means nothing. It means nothing. And the worst thing, we have Southampton next. We beat them 9-0, bro. 9 stinking 0. They had to write a letter to the mum after 5-0 and apologize.
Final, bro. That was an easy final. It was an easy final. And this is what I mean. People saying, like I've said, we could win the... I've always maintained that with our squad, we should win the Europa League. We should. But we're so capable of stinkers like that. Yep. It's just stupid. Yep, if you want to play a new midfield, Ole needs to go in and say, look, these are the roles you have. And then it gets to the 80th minute and you still need a goal. Keep it tight at 2-1. Keep it tight. Keep it composed. Keep it organised, which is down to the players. That's their fault.
Yeah.
But then Ole needs to say the 80th minute, all right, I see it's not working. Let me bring Williams on, say attack. Let me bring Bruno on top of Van der Beek. And let me put everyone as advanced. Maybe play a 4-4-2. Play Van der Beek, Pogba, Bruno and Fred. But he didn't do that. He went back to McFred. And then the irony in that is we bloody conceded after he went defensive.
Mate, bro.
Only he can disconcede after we go defensive.
Bro, it's so bad. What's James saying? Fred has got to go. We can't win anything we're starting 100%. I've said this so many times. Whenever I talk about a player, it's not them personally. I don't know them personally. Nice. This is a sport. This is entertainment. This is their job. This is what they get paid millions for. I'm basing this on their football ability and how they slot into a team. Fred does not slot into a team. It's like putting shoes on that are too big. It just don't fit. It don't fit. Work. Fred does not fit in this team. He is not good enough. I don't care that he tweets his kit before every match. I don't care. Or rather you use all that time, combine it, and go and flick into the training ground and learn how to pass. Take all that Instagram stuff off and learn how to pass. Dom, when will we mix it up? Honestly, I don't know, bro. Andrew, I appreciate you, man. I don't know. Solskjaer, what's he saying?
Ole's smiling in the interview, bro.
When we win together. When we... Oh, get off. This ain't a flicking war film. This ain't flicking a war film. Oh, we ride together. This ain't flicking Bad Boys for Life. What is this? We're not going to point any fingers, blame it. Okay, you know what? He wants to point a finger, Aiden, but he can't. He can't. He's been watching the Jose Mourinho freaking documentary, and he knows if he points a finger, he turns into Jose, mate.
But I'm not even asking to point. Don't point a finger, but don't waffle. If you don't want to point a finger, just say, yeah, we were horrendous today and individual mistakes cost us. Don't just say don't point a finger. You sound stupid.
Yeah, man. Bradley, what are you saying, my man? Are people going to blame the players or hold Ollie accountable? LVG and Jose did more with much worse squad. It isn't good enough.
Yeah.
You know what? I've got to give you LVG was probably the most easiest to understand what football we wanted us to play, but we just didn't have the players. We literally, our possession was unreal. Akil, I didn't think the team was good enough just because it lacked any width. Pogba was wasting the left. Solskjaer 99, McTominay's man marking for the third goal was atrocious. Don't, man. We're not even talked about that properly. Bro, it was awful. Star, winning trophies, ego thing by Ollie. Oh, that was just him trying to just make excuses, mate. New centre backs, new CDMs, total clear out. Aiden's got a trim. Yeah, I know he looks good. Fred was pissing me off, making me laugh at the same time. He's a funny footballer. He's a hilarious bro. Fred could be a flicking stand-up comedian the way he plays football. He's hilarious.
You know, like Carl Lewis says, that Fred performance from the past has made me an atheist.
Oh yeah, awful. I suppose we are S because we need Rice. If we had Rice or Sancho, Pogba, Cavani, DVB, Martial, Bruno, Mason, Telles, Shaw, matches are pointless if we don't have Rice or Sancho. Ollie out. Jesus, Adam's going on it. We just B-Tech Tottenham. Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. That's making me. Don't, man. That's making me sad. That's making me sad. Yeah, appreciate you, Ian. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Appreciate that, guys. Yes, we shouldn't think about Sancho. Buy 3 or 4 players, 120 to 150 million. You know what? We need strength in depth. We do. But at the same time, we've noticed that we've got a lot of players, but we haven't got quality. So it's a toss-up between what we're actually going to do. Chris has got some more stuff from Ollie. We didn't have the spark tonight. The spark!
How does he think the team has been fantastic in the last 3 or 4 games?
Aiden, who's in charge?
3 or 4 months! He said 3 or 4 months! This guy said with his chest 3 or 4 months! No, wait. Dom. Dominic, wait. This guy said fantastic in the last 3 or 4 months. Have you not watched the football? I fell asleep versus West Ham. I've never slept through a match.
You put a smile on my face, mate. You have, honestly, because I just can't.
This guy said 3 or 4 months of his chest.
Aiden, whose responsibility is it to make a spark? Whose responsibility is it to G up players? Whose responsibility is it? If you're a manager of a team,
it's Fred the Red. That's who it is. Oh
no, don't, mate, don't. Trophies are for egos. Great winning mentality. You absolute loser. Bro, honestly,
at least you might have making us feel better.
I mean, honestly, these guys, thank you so much for joining in because you actually put a smile on my face. If you watched the beginning of the video when I first started, I went on a rant. And guys, you know me, I'm not a ranter, like in terms of like going, no, and being negative. I try to see the positive in everything. There is nothing positive apart from Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood scored a goal. He looked like the only person who was trying to do something. That's my only positive for this game. Like, honestly, it was shambolic. Leicester City are in the changing room right now laughing. Brendan Rodgers completely masterclassed, outclassed Ollie in every single way. Every single way. And I've always been, look, I don't want to keep changing managers. That's not going to help anything. It's not aiding because you just got dirty laundry from the freaking previous manager and all this stupidness you got clear out of the bed. I don't like that. But we're in a situation.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Well, bro, how many times have we been embarrassed? Did you see Lindelof and Maguire both get nutmegged by Vardy?
Again, but that's the thing. But like you said, even with the manager though, it's like I am not of the ilk that I want to constantly change the manager. I think that people take the piss out of Ole's vibes thing, but I think actually when you don't have it, you realize how much team morale actually does help. It's nice to see your players happy, but I'm sort of running out of options. Like I did say Ole until the end of the season, but I'm almost tempted, just to be honest right now, look, top 4 is secured. I'm not tempted to say just get rid now so we don't lose the Europa League. And I never have been like that. I've never ever said that. I've always said wait until the end of the season. But it's this point, I'm like, well, what? Why? Because if we lose I'd rather get in maybe even interim so we then can have a bounce and maybe win the Europa. Because literally we should have been less than 10 points off City, won the Europa League and won the FA Cup. We should have won both of them. We should be winning the Europa League. We should be. There's no excuses for that.
Mm.
So it's just silly. It's just silly. It's naive. It's not even like we're getting beaten by Real Madrid in the Champions League semi-final. We're not. You know the Barcelona result in 18-19? I can accept that. It's Barcelona. But we're not. We're getting beat by Leicester City with 6 players injured. I'd get into that starting 11, mate.
It's so bad. But guys, thank you for joining as always. I've just put a link into the chat. If anybody wants to come in and just have their say, I know it's quite hard to get on fan channels, all the big ones, and have your say. So this is like a nice little small one, little community. Just come in and have your say, and just vent, get it off your chest. Because I was in a bad place when that goal went in. That third goal went in, Aiden. I felt like the life had been sucked out of me, man. I was just like, this is my team, and they're embarrassing me. They're embarrassing the club. They're embarrassing the players. What kind of ludicrousness am I watching? What is this stupidness? My wife looked at me and she even looked sad. She don't care about football. She was like, oh, you could feel the sadness coming out of me. Like, what is the nonsense is this? And we've got to put up with this. And now we got the worst thing. We all go into international break now, right? With this feeling.
That's the worst.
With this feeling.
The thing is, what was it last time? I think we had a really bad result and someone was like, yeah, well, we've got someone easy next. Bruv, I'm telling you, Rashford's gonna stay because I don't think he's gonna go to. I think he's gonna be injured. We could have injured Pogba's now for the internationals. It's gonna piss me off. But the problem with this is now we're gonna come back into a tough run of fixtures. I think we've got a Villa soon again, and we might have 1 or 2 other teams. And we've got AC Milan in. You've got who have we got? Granada in the Europa League. But like to be honest though, on paper we should win the Europa League. But do I feel we can?
No, mate, I don't care anymore. I don't get whatever. I don't know what team is turning up, mate. I don't know what team. Let's get Adam in, man. Adam, how you feeling, brother?
Hello, guys.
Yo, man.
Yo, what's up? How you doing?
Yeah, well, I was doing good, bro. How you feeling?
I'm embarrassed, mate. I can't even lie. It is nothing we didn't expect, but it's quite embarrassing. This is Manchester United, This is the club we love and we support. I grew up on Man United. I'm proud to wear that stuff every time. And this is Manchester. People don't grasp, I believe, how big Manchester United is. I grew up in a small town in Quebec, Canada, which is 500 kilometers north from Montreal, in a very small town, in a city in which people don't even speak English. Manchester United has that reach. It is that big of a brand, that big of a club. And we are accepting mediocrity because that's what it is. That's what it is.
Adam, what was your last straw? What was the worst thing that happened in this game? When you were like, you know what, turn the TV off. I'm not having this stupidness. What really got you in this game?
Oh man, where can you start? I mean, I really like him. I rate him, but mate, he didn't choose the right game to be that poor. It was shocking, and I like him, but at the same time, he was very poor. Matic was very poor, and I rate Matic. Harry Maguire, I think Harry Maguire just gave a man an MVP performance today. I was absolutely
honestly, no. I'm in a bad place, man. I've been to you, Adam. Right, we're in a system right now where we got VDB. He can't play in this. He can't play in an Ollie system. We just got to take it as it is. VDB cannot play under Ollie's system. It's just impossible because we don't play that football, right? And I'm looking at all these fringe players that's supposed to come in and impress. The fringe players look so fringy. It's embarrassing. They did nothing to show why they should be playing. We could have been playing Southampton in the next round. Scott came on. What was he doing that back post? Matic can't run to save his life. We're in a situation where this could get worse, and we're about to give Ollie another extended contract for what, 9 million. Where do you think we go from here, bro? Where do you think we go?
Oh, I think we need to let Ollie leave. I don't see any other way. I think he needs to go. And the thing is, and I agree with you when you talk about structure and DOF, and let's be real, we didn't hire a DOF, we just shuffled stuff around. And the thing people say is in 3 or 4 years we will be in the same situation, after which we will want the next manager to go. People say that. Am I wrong saying that? Because without people say in 3 years we'll be in the same situation, we want the next manager to go. But my question to that is, how long do you expect the next manager to stay?
Yeah.
We are in a situation in which what makes Manchester United the biggest, as big a club as it is we have trophy, we have a great tradition, but we are a club that has a lot of class, a lot of tradition. Manchester United is the biggest club because both of the trophy we have and the Munich air disaster, because of a history, the way we come back from a
Mate,
difficult
I hear you,
situation.
man. But you know the problem is now, Adam. Like we've got all this history. But at
yes,
the end of the day, we've got all this massive history, right? But at the end of the day, we've got to produce the results on the football pitch.
Oh, no,
We've
that's
got to.
what I'm coming to. That's what I'm coming to, because
We've got to.
history will be like Liverpool for the last 30 years, and I don't want that. But my
Right.
point is, Sir Alex Ferguson and Arsene Wenger, who stayed 20 plus years at the club, at their respective clubs, are exceptions within their own eras.
Yeah,
It doesn't happen.
Trust me, yeah.
It never happens. We will not have a next manager that will stay for even 7 or 8 years. At top, for example, who are the best run club in the world? Barcelona before the shambles they're in, Bayern Munich, Man City, Real Madrid. After 3 years, the manager goes.
Yeah,
all the time.
can I say to support what you're saying? The managers, yeah, since 2000, each of these clubs has sacked 15 or more managers. They're also the top 4 most successful clubs in Europe. Juventus, Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Bayern Munich. Apart from Man United, they're the top 4 most successful clubs in Europe, and they've all sacked at least 15 managers since 2000. This notion of, if you get rid of Ole, someone else is going to come in next and be sacked within 3 years. Okay, but maybe they win the Europa League, they win a League Cup. That's better than sitting around 4th. I don't know about you, but I'd rather win a Europa League and an FA Cup, end with awful vibes, than have 4th consistently and be positive. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I'd rather be toxic but win 2 trophies. I couldn't give a toss if we were toxic. If we win trophies, I don't care.
Adam, man, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate your support, brother. I don't know, man. Just go and get a cold shower. I'm gonna do it afterwards, and we'll just move on, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Thanks, Adam.
Bro, guys, thank you for tuning in. We got Andrew to come in now as well and to take your thoughts. Andrew,
that was terrible. Bro? That was terrible. It was awful. How can anyone say that was a good performance? That was absolutely horrendous.
What made you most angry, Andrew? Watching that game, was it the first goal, the second goal, the third goal? Which really?
No, it was the first goal because it was Maguire's fault.
You think it was Maguire then?
Yeah, Maguire.
Well, what about Fred? Because Fred just completely.
Yeah, caused it. Yeah, but the thing is, when you passed it into him, he was under pressure already. That was not the ball to play. He should have played it left.
To be fair, Maguire should really know that Fred is not the best person to play that ball to.
Exactly. Everyone knows that. Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, Ollie is the manager of the team. If he's saying play out from the back, and he's putting Fred as the guy to receive it, knowing that Fred makes mistakes, who's that come down to then?
Coaching.
This is what I'm saying. We're in a situation where it comes down to coaching, but how are we moving from this? I don't feel like we've got any better from the start of the season and played out for the back till now. Have we got any better?
No, we've got worse. In 2 years, I've wanted him out. I see no progress in 2 years. Honestly. Since Sevilla away, we've been terrible.
So, all right.
That's the only performance I remember. We were actually good from start to finish.
So, all right. If you're in a situation
and we lost it as well.
I can feel how you're feeling. I know a lot of the fan base feel that too, right? If you're in charge of Manchester United in some parallel universe, right? Who are you bringing in to sort this out?
I'll bring in a director of football, the one from Borussia Mönchengladbach.
All right, yeah.
A DOS straight away.
As a manager?
Nagelsmann.
Oh,
or Ten Hag.
Why those two?
Because their philosophy is the sort of football that our players can play under, isn't it? Like Donny van der Beek, Pogba, all those sort of players, and Ahmad.
Yeah.
Telles.
Yeah.
We need someone who can play that attacking style of football because we haven't had that since Louis.
Yeah.
On the way we play, passing, triangles, and all that sort of thing. We haven't played like that since Louis.
Yeah, I hear you, man. No, it's a hard one, Andrew. Andrew, I appreciate you coming in, man. I can feel your anger, man. I'm with you, bro.
I am angry, man.
We want to see our team go back.
Especially the passing by Maguire when he hoofed it to Wan-Bissaka and went out of play. Oh my God! I was about to throw my phone on the floor.
Andrew, I appreciate you, man. Have a good evening, brother.
You too.
Peace. Oh, Jesus, have mercy, guys. Thank you so much for joining in. As usual, we appreciate you. Look, we're not in a good place. We're not in a good place at all. I can feel the disappointment, how pathetic that performance was. Gutless, heartless. People didn't care. Man. You can't rely on individual brilliance all the time. We had the players on the pitch, but the players, you know what? They felt like fringe players. They felt like players that haven't played together before. You know what I mean? Whereas usually,
they did.
If you're in a right
They
system
did,
that
bro.
encourages that, it doesn't really matter who plays because they play the same way as the head. But as soon as you change 3 or 4 players out of that sort of nucleus of our team, people don't know whether they're coming or going, man. It's headless chickens, bro.
They don't, bro.
It's headless chickens. I'm not for that. Let's see what the comments are saying just before we go to next caller. The saddest thing is that Ollie's actually got a good squad. LVG had made so many trash players. Yeah, we talked about that. Akil, I was laughing watching Arsenal defend against West Ham, only to see Pastor Fred masterclass later on. Oh, don't. Akil, you're making this worse, bro. No manager is going to be successful with Fred, Matic, and McTominay. You know what? This is probably the comment of the night. This brings the most sauce for me in terms of United sauce. We are not going to be successful with Fred, Matic, and McTominay. That is embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's like Arsenal's midfield the other day was Ceballos, El Nini, and Xhaka. That's a championship team. That's a championship midfield.
Oh, so bad.
We can't even laugh, bro. We can't even laugh.
Do you know what I did, mate? I texted my mate today laughing at the fact that they were 3-0 down, and I've just got about 10 snaps from one of my mates taking a piss at me.
No manager competitive game makes for like 4 changes. It made no tactical change. I hear you, Stephen Russell, my man. Ollie played under the greatest manager ever, so should know how Manchester United play football. Yet his football style is dreadful, similar to Jose's. People are doing it, you know. How can people defend this guy? Look, people are going in. People are going in, and they kind of want to just have their say because it's not right. And you know what? In situations like this, you can have your say because it's not freaking working. It's not working. What we're doing is not sustainable, not eco-friendly, and we're not going to win anything playing this sort of football. I can't believe my club's doing this. I can't believe your club's doing this because we sacrifice so much. We're there. We travel. When I go to Manchester United, it takes ages to get there. For a 90-minute match, I'm trying to slow down the clock. Do you know what I mean? So I can enjoy the
Yeah, trust me.
Anyway, let's get my boy in. We're in a situation, whatever. Let's just get my boy in, Neji, and have his thoughts. Neji, bro, how you feeling, man? How you feeling, bro?
Brother, I want to slap the man in his face now. I want to take his wife and his goat.
Hey, don't. AG, you're going too far. You're going too far.
I'm sorry. Nah, I'm on about something else in it. But listen, I'm fuming, man. I'm fuming, and I've just been sitting there for 3 minutes just after we just did a watch along, yeah, and I digested everything. I can no longer sit here. And remember, yeah, I'm very happy with this because I used to back the guy for rebuilding everything else. He's reached his limit now. That's it. He's reached this. That's it. He's reached it. His man management is going to be the actual. How can I put it? It's going to be the actual. I don't want to say death because it's not a nice word, but it's going to be the actual fall of his story. He's not going to be able to sustain what he's doing and keep every fan on board because the moment Ollie gets under pressure and we actually don't get out of that stupid blip that we end up being in, it's then going to end up coming down to Woodward going, what's going on? Because now you're putting heat on me now. You're putting heat on me. The reason Ollie's probably still going to get this contract and signed is because he takes the attention away from the Glazers and Woodward because he's still being able to get results by playing the way he is. The board, Ed Woodward, do not care, bro. They don't care about football aspects of the game. So that's a well-known fact. So rather than United fan base, including myself, I've had to realise this, rather than fight the Glazers, because they ain't selling up, they're making money. They don't care about us. Rather than get at the Glazers left, right and centre, we're going to have to bite the bullet and accept that they are going to stay in charge regardless of what we do. So that gives you a realization of, okay, well, where are we next then? What's left? The only thing we can do is at least try and play a style of football with the players that we've got at this moment that just may make them want to stay at United. Because the next step is Pogba goes, Martial goes, Bruno goes, and then you're left with still McFred, you're still left with Lindelof and Maguire. And then, as I said to Aiden, we are going to be an Arsenal fan. And if we turn into that Arsenal where we have to reboot the whole thing again, no manager's going to want to manage those players. Bro. Because it'll be a load of trash. Then it'll be a case of, all right, we'll just keep swapping managers. We'll just be a Chelsea without the support.
Bro,
Dreadful.
look what Solskjaer said here. We want to build from the back and want the players to be confident. Sometimes it doesn't work, and that's one time.
Oh my God! How can no? How can you have
Get
the
him
mentality as a
out.
manager? How can you have the mentality as a manager? Sometimes it doesn't work. So you're saying I'm supposed to accept the fact that we conceded a goal? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Did you have waffles for breakfast? You're regurgitating them. Am I supposed to accept the fact we just conceded a goal? What you mad? What you mad? No, shush. Just shush. Just shush. I'm not accepting the fact we conceded a goal. You've been in 2.5 years and you can't get them to play out the back. Can't get them to play out the back. You couldn't get them to walk out a back door, let alone play out the back.
Bro, mate, Aiden, I hear you, mate. I'm being honest to you. I'm looking at what happened in this game, and I don't know how much more I can take of this sort of up and down football, man.
Yes.
I can't. It's too much. My heart, man. I can't take this. It's like watching a thriller on Netflix. I'm like, is he behind the door? I don't know. I don't know who's behind the door. I don't know where we are going from here. Every match is like, is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? What football we playing? Because even the football we played today was different. The players looked like they felt they were playing a new brand of football that they didn't know really how to do.
You know what it is, though?
As soon as McFred came on near the end, they felt more comfortable, like just basically sitting back and trying to let all the good players do something out of nothing. That's not sustainable. That's not long term. I can't take this long term. It's not good enough. And I keep thinking to myself, Maguire Lindelof got nutmegged. VDB can't play in this system. He takes off Pogba. I get it. He's injured. He needs a fitness. But if you got to take a risk, you leave on your best players and hope you don't get injured, right? We could be playing Southampton. We built 9-0. Scotty don't flicking defend at the back post. He just came on. He's the tallest guy on the pitch. You can't defend back post. Get a day off, mate. Late subs again for Ollie. Leaves Fred on. Fred can't complete a pass. It's impossible for him. He doesn't know it. Not English. He does not know it, right? So what are we doing next? What happens now? Where do we go from here? Because it's just going to get worse and worse. We're going to have full storms every Tuesday or Thursday or whatever. When we win a game, we're like, yes, we're back. And then we go lose to West Brom or flicking Sheffield United or get smacked out of it by Leicester City, who found it so easy. They found this game easy. They couldn't believe how much space they had in the midfield. I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it. Look, we've got Mabanda, Chicken Mabanda, the best name on YouTube. He's going to come in and have his say he's been waiting there, and I appreciate you. Mabanda, how's it going, brother?
Nonsense. That's it. Nonsense.
Mate, tell us how you really feel.
I can't believe what I was watching. Firstly, you've got Fred. I don't know how many passes he gave away first half. I think he was playing for Leicester City. And then the 4 subs just knocked the winds out of my sails.
Yeah.
I can't agree more with Neji. I think this guy's actually done, guys. Like, he must just go. His coaching staff have done their bits. It's time for them to go now.
This is honestly, what I'm saying. Where are you calling from, my brother?
South Africa, represent.
Look, this is what I'm saying. Right, we got people from South Africa. We've got people from all around the world. Guys, tell us where you're watching from, right? We've got people all around the world that are supporting Manchester United, getting up at stupid o'clock in the morning to watch. Literally, probably not even feeding their kids. Kids are like, Dada, Dada love me. And you're like, no, I'm trying to wait for Rashford to score a goal, right? We are sacrificing so much, right? And what are they giving back to us? What are they freaking giving back to us? This is poor.
Cavani came on the pitch. That's it. I've said it. Ollie's out.
Yeah, it's time for him to go. I think we just need a fresh pair of coaching, a team that can coach. Because firstly, Chelsea, guys, I mean, this guy was there, 2 months ago? Look at the brand of football they're playing.
Yeah.
2 years, 2.5 years, and you're still telling me, I don't even know what kind of football we're playing. What brand are we playing?
Yeah.
Let's just start.
Are you going to social freestyler?
Like, we always talk about patterns of play, and I've never seen that with Man U. It's like, go there, do your best, boys. It's like kindergarten, I swear.
I hear you, man. Where do we go from here, bro? Talk to me. Where do we go from here?
as much as I hate to say this, Ole, you can't get a new contract. We need a new coach. Obviously, they've reshuffled. This new director of football.
Yeah.
We just need new coach, somebody that can coach. Let's just start there, because I feel like we've got a squad. The problem is now it's up to the coaching and how we manage this this team that we have. Because clearly we're not going to get signings, we're not going to get backing from the board. Let's just get somebody new. Maybe that's going to help, because it's just down to coaching now. You look at Donny van der Beek, he's always getting sub. How can you expect this guy to play a confident brand of football when he did something quite amazing? I mean, for that vision to see that somebody was behind me that can take the shot, I mean, that shows class. And clearly he's not fitting in on the system. So, yeah, we just need a new coach for now. Obviously, it's just a quick fix. But obviously, we can't get rid of the board. That's another thing.
Amanda, bro, honestly, everything you've just said, for me, bang on. Like, when I've not seen Aiden, Naji, have you ever seen a goal that we scored for the first one when someone's actually a build-up play and actually some bit of IQ? Do we ever do dummy goals? When's the last dummy goal we ever did?
What was the first goal?
1999.
Rooney. We're going back to Rooney days. All right, that says it all. Babanda, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for supporting the channel, man. And all the way from South Africa, you're a legend, bro. Have a good one, all right?
Love coming on, bro.
Tell me about South African house, yeah? Big rhythms.
Okay. You'll get your number, bro. Peace out, man. Gosh, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I appreciate you. We got another caller as well. Let's get in the comments as well. Dom, say the words. Enough. Enough is enough. Alexi, man.
He knows what you wanted to say.
You can see it in his face. Then he was like, "Raw, shut up." He was on the edge then.
Bro, you know what? Right? People want me to say the words, right? But these words are just too. It's too easy to say. It's just too easy to say. Oh, Ollie in, Ollie out. I want Manchester United to win. Whatever it takes, I'm for it. If that means that Ollie's got to go, he's got to go. Personally, for me, right, the way I've been brought up playing football, seeing football, I used to play for a lower league when I was really younger. The basics of football, I don't like this football. This football's not going to win leagues. All the domestic leagues in flicking Dutch leagues, in the German leagues, they don't play this brand of football. No one that's won the Champions League or any sort of domestic league play the football we play. So how do we think we're going to win it? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Adam, if all the players are crap, the manager needs to pack his bags. We need better players, but we have some very good footballers. I hear you. Jaden saying lucky Leicester. yeah, I'll take that. Jaden, you cheer me up, bro. Akil, honest question. What's the difference? What difference is there between Ollie and Jose's football? I can't see much.
Jose won trophies. Like Ibrahimovic said after Milan. He said this team looks better, but if you don't win trophies, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. RBS, what's going on, my brother? Donny needs to be playing as a deep line playmaker, not 10. You know what? Donny just can't fit in the system, man. Wherever we play him, he's not gonna thrive, because I said it. What did I tweet before? I tweeted that, look, whatever Donny does in this game, it's not going to work out because we don't play the football for Donny. To play the football for Donny, we need to pass the move, complete our passes, look for space, and play a team game. We don't play team games. We're individual FC. I've said it. Individual FC. Enzo, my brother, what's going on? Thanks for joining, man. How's it going?
Yo, how you guys doing?
Yeah, man. Good, man. Have your say, brother.
Bro, it's, you know what? At the beginning of the season, I'm not gonna lie, I was all in. I really, really was. And because I was convinced by our performances at the end of the summer last year that, you know, we were doing something positive. But you know, like if you watch the Van Nistelrooy interview with Ferdinand, he was talking about in the last season, in the final game of the season where we didn't win the league, and he was one goal away from getting the golden boot, but Ferguson put him on bench, and he didn't let him, you know, get the goal, because we didn't win the league. That shows his intent towards winning the league. And I don't like to talk about history because everyone calls us history FC, and I understand that. But we have to look at moments like that and understand the mentality, the difference in mentality. Because Ollie, bro, we had an opportunity to win 2 trophies this season. And this season is always going to be the what if season.
Yeah, that's
what
it,
if
man.
we had won the league? What if we had gone through the Champions League? What if Martial had performed? What if Greenwood had scored more goals? And it hurts because of the fact that you look at Dortmund and you see the players that they're playing. They're playing Jude Bellingham. He's only 17, but he's being trusted in that position. We need to trust Ahmad. We bought him for 37 million. And the thing is, even when he came on, he didn't look like a rookie who was inexperienced. This guy actually looked like he can play ball. And we need to trust him in that position. Why do we need the team that we started with? Made no sense. We should have played 4-3-3 or maybe, you know, the same way that we normally play. But this time I wouldn't have started Matic and Fred. Where's the creativity? I don't understand what Oli wants from this team, because if he wants trophies, he should have said something at halftime that would have kickstarted a better performance. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. And this
Enzo, he's come out and said, Oli, didn't he, that trophies are ego thing. What do you mean? No, for me, trophies are a result of playing football, winning games. It's not an ego thing. It's the clarification and the understanding that you've actually played good football, which results in a trophy. So where are you at with Oli? Are you thinking that we need to make a change, or do you think that it's down to the players more and they're not good enough? Where are you at, bro?
The thing is, if we bring in someone else, we will go through this again. And in terms of top quality managers that are out there, I personally don't see that many that are available. Everyone's talking about Allegri, but if you look at his style, for me, it's just a bit too defensive.
Yeah,
so,
I know Allegri now.
You know what I mean? So right now, we have to just deal with this guy. So instead of, I think right now, what needs to happen is that the coaches need to speak to the players and tell them where they are, who they play for. You know, because Jamie Carragher last month said it. He said that the players don't know what position we're in. And I really don't think they do. Because, you know, if you think about it, Fred today, my God, like I've never, he's not Brazilian. He's not Brazilian. Can we just be honest with ourselves? Fred is not Brazilian. You know what I mean? He there's something going on with this guy.
He plays for Slavia Prague in his head.
Sorry?
Yeah.
He plays for Slavia Prague in his head.
Exactly.
Mad.
Exactly. And bro, Pep would find a way to get Pogba, Bruno, and Donny to work together. Let's not lie. This whole thing about one needs to be defensive and all of that. A good midfielder is a good midfielder. They will track back and they'll do what needs to be done. You don't need to be a specialist in every position. You can do the job. And it's just remarkable that you have a world-class midfielder like Pogba playing on the left. Why is he playing on the left? Like, Pogba should be playing in that pivot role, and Fred or Matic should be sat on bench. I don't ever want to see Fred play for Man U again. I'm really sorry. You know what I mean? I know that there's if we can be honest with ourselves, this was our chance to at least restore some type of confidence in this team. And today he let the team down. I'm saying because I'm putting the responsibility on Fred today. That pass here that Maguire did to him, back to the goalkeeper. Come on, bro. Come on.
You know what, Enzo, right? You know what that I think that comes down to again? It's the mentality of the players. These are not winning players.
Yeah.
Aiden talks about it so many times. None of these players have winning mentality. None of them have gone and got the trophy and gone, no one's doing that, man. It's an inflatable balloon they're doing that with. We haven't got the players who know what it takes to win a game. Probably they're probably not even that sad. They're probably gone in the change room and goes, oh, well, we got Easter break now. Oh, well, you want to come over? Oh, forget about lockdown. We'll figure something out. Do you know what I mean? They're not in that sort of mentality. It's the fans taking the brunt of it because we know we can do better. We're in a situation, guys, right, where if we do not change how we play football, we are going to get worse. And people keep thinking the worst thing that keeps happening is that it's good that we win games, right? And when the back gets the wall, we win games. But if we keep doing rubbish and then having a good couple of games and then rubbish again, we're going to keep going like this. It's going to keep going like a caterpillar. Oh, we win, we lose, we win, we lose. And nothing's going to change. We need to change something because it's not working. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Look, I'm in a situation, right? I want to talk about Donny van de Beek because there's a lot of pressure coming into this, right? Neji, I know you've got very, very... Like, it's like Van der Beek's your flicking cousin. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've got a very, very strong tie to Van der Beek. What's your thoughts on Van der Beek in this game? Because do you think it's time for him to leave? Do you think it's just what's the point? Or do you feel like he didn't step up? What's your thoughts, bro?
I'll be honest. Like, I've always said Van der Beek is he's a player with awareness and a creative mind, and he allows room for other players in the most crucial areas of the pitch. Literally, that is his game. Today, that dummy, it wasn't no luck. It wasn't like, oh, I've missed the ball. He knew where Greenwood was. If you watch his trail of run, you'll probably see his awareness before entering that position in the box. He let it go through his legs perfectly to get through. No other player's got that mentality. He is levels above what we have in this team. And the issue is, bro, and I will keep it real with you. Today, at halftime, we give him a 7. And then he ended up getting taken off. And I knew he wouldn't get played 90 minutes. And the fact that is when you're going for a goal or a win, you need your most creative players on. So at least you can say, you know what? If we got done on the counter-attack, cool, but it's because we went for the win. Not, let me just put Mick Fred back on and let me just make sure Maguire doesn't get exposed again because he's like a donkey trying to tie shoelaces with his shoes, bro. The guy was a mess, bro. Maguire was a mess at the back. And this is the problem, what we've got. If you want to progress and play an attacking style of football next season as a fan base, then either you have to, in order to do that, you have to sacrifice your defenders doing more in a one-on-one situation, which we saw happened because Maguire was there struggling one-on-one. When he got more protection, of course, he was still shit, but then we sacrificed all the attacking routes. Now, moving forward, we need to move forward with a Donny van de Beek. Again, I'll keep saying this. We won't have Pogba next season. The stupid ball over the top to Rashford ain't going to work. Rashford probably won't even play 60% of the games next season because he's going to be injured. So how on earth, how else are we going to play?
Yeah.
Today, when he was playing, we saw smooth transitions of the ball being moved from midfield all the way into attacking positions. We saw that. If you watch the highlights, watch how we built up the play, even playing out the back, it looked solid, it looked clean. Unless we're a good pressing team. What we missed now is defenders who are competent on their own. And this is why I say, why on earth is Bailly and Twanzebe not even given a shout together? Because individually, they can man-mark anyone out of a game.
You know what it is, though? Like, and I hear you, Naji, you're saying all these different things in terms of player selection and so forth. But the one thing that's not going to change is I don't think Ollie's going to go.
But this is the point, bro. This is where Donny needs to go, bro.
So you're saying, fine. So you've answered my question then. You think Donny needs to go.
Yeah.
Talk to me about Martial, Aiden, because I know you're at Martial FC. If you could get a tattoo and you could remove it after 6 months, you probably would. Like, Martial, I heard the commentator say Shearer went in on him, saying he's not running to spaces to get the ball or hold up the ball. He's not a striker. He's just not good enough. What do you say about Martial? Because a lot of people on Twitter will be talking about Martial. What's your thoughts on him, bro?
Well, I'm really fed up of the way... We're not even going to talk about being lazy. We know what type of players that aims at and what age group that's aimed at and what the type of personality that's aimed at. It's always aimed at exactly the same type of people, and we all know what that is. So I'm not going to go into that. But you know exactly what I'm on about. It's really irritated me. But Martial, to pick up Martial out of everyone, like, it's just silly. It's just silly. It's like, the thing is, at the time, Martial was good for about a year for us. Yeah, he was good for about a year. Okay. Can you guys tell me one player that for 18 months was good since Alex Ferguson left Bar De Gea?
No one. There's no one, man.
No one. So what? Am I supposed to say, oh, Martial, he's been trashed this season? Yeah, but he was incredible last season. He'll just be good next season. Every other player in this squad is good for a bit and then gets worse, and then gets good for a bit and then gets worse. It doesn't matter at this point. It doesn't matter. And honestly, I can't get onto these players anymore. I know Martial's a good player. Nobody can tell me different. I know he's a good player. I know Pogba's a good player. I know Bruno's a good player. It is simply down to the fact they're not coached properly and we're not organised. And people say, oh yeah, but if you sack Ollie, it will be the same as Jose, the same as Van Gaal. No, it won't. Have you looked at the squad that we have now compared to Jose and Van Gaal? It's chalk and cheese. The Europa League squad is completely different. It's like people saying, oh yeah, we'll have the same outcome. Are you not ignoring the most important element of a football club, the players? The players, they're completely different. If you gave Van Gaal this squad, I'm sure he'd do a lot better than Ole is right now. Or to at least in terms of the trophies at the end of it, he'd win more trophies. But I don't know, focusing on Martial, when we're doing what we are, is like focusing on the tyres of your car when you haven't got an engine. It's just stupid. Stupid.
You know what? That's a perfect point in that one. That Martial is not our biggest issue. He's not the reason why we're losing games or not winning games. We got so many issues. We're starting McFred every game. We're starting McFred every game and wondering why we got no invention, no
Bro, and then
creativity.
we're bringing him on to win games.
Guys, we have to, guys. I kind of disagree a little bit on that when it comes to Martial and not winning games. He's our number 9. Every other number 9 in the world that is world class, Lewandowski, Harry Kane, Haaland, they're game winners. Ronaldo, game winners. Martial should be that. We cannot. I love Martial like everyone. We've seen him develop. We've seen him grow. But at this stage, we need an effective number 9, and he's not.
Okay,
that.
So let me come back to you on that one, Enzo, because this is a great point you've picked up. Guys, don't forget to like the video. I really appreciate it. Thank you for joining in and subscribe if you're new. All those people you've mentioned playing a much better football inside than us.
Yeah, they're playing.
So how do you explain that then? Because Manchester United, someone actually said it. Artekas love this point. Leicester are a better footballing team than United. They are. Brendan Rodgers.
But I can even say
played better football than us. It's a fact.
I can even say one of the best strikers in the world, Lukaku, right now. Look why he left and look what he's become. Under Conte, he's become a completely different animal. I get what you're saying about Martial not being a 9, but he's not a 9 anyway. He's a false 9. He's not a 9. He doesn't get on the end of stuff. But but you can play with that sort of 9. Liverpool won the Champions League and they won the league with that sort of 9. Martial was a false 9, just like Firmino. He's just a better finisher. But then if Ole thinks, okay, look, I have Martial, he's a false 9. You already have one wide striker in Rashford. Play Diallo on the right. Have another wide striker. If you know that you haven't got a 9, adapt to it. And this is what I'm talking about, the fact that even Tuchel has the same issues we had. Tuchel didn't have a 9, he didn't have a sole DM, and he didn't have a centre-back. What did he do? He went to a back 5 with 3 centre-backs to fix the centre-back issue. He organised a defence. He also had a double pivot to fix the fact that he doesn't have a single pivot player. And he also with wing-backs to help out with the forwards to fix the 9 issue. So that's what he did. The best managers figure out the issues that they have the players. And this is what I'm saying. It's like, I could say, like Sancho and Rice come in. What is that? Oh yeah, but we need this player. We need that player. Do well with what you have, man.
Yeah, you know what?
I'm not asking you to win a league. Just win something.
You know what? Right, that's kind of where I go on Enzo, and I'll bring you in a second because for me, we can't judge Martial. 100% Martial can run more. Anybody can run more. Yeah. Run as much as you can. Flicking Tom Hanks. Run as much as you can, right? But if you run, but you're not getting a service. Man United have not been playing very well overall. No matter what Ollie says over the last 3-4 months, we've been fantastic. That's a lie, right? We haven't been consistent, okay? The football's been 1-0s, coming back from 1-0s, how many games? 0-0s for more than my flicking back foot, right? So if we're not playing very well, how can our best players always take all the brunt and do something out of nothing? Because the problem is, right, I honestly believe Martial needs to do better. 100%. Everybody agrees. Martial can run better. Martial can do little things better. 100%. But if you're playing in a team that's not consistent, kind of does it freestyle a little bit, kind of don't know what team you're going to, how can Martial be the best player every single game? Because we've seen Bruno sometimes go quiet in some games. I know he's doing the numbers and the figures, but we know our midfield does not connect with our up front. They don't connect, bro. So it's like Martial is playing with 1 foot. Do you know what I mean?
Can I just say on the point of Martial, sorry, just before we go to Enzo, I'm sorry, but Martial, when he's been playing, most of his time he's been dropping in deep in a 9 possession to link up play. That's what he was doing. And then he was getting told off by the same pundits and the same people saying, you need to run behind the lines. You need to make sure you're on the last man. You're not always on the last man. Then today, he's on the last man, pointing for the ball over the top. It's not like he's lazy. It's like, I'm expecting that ball over the top. And then, obviously, there's no one in that whole position in that 9. So he can't do 2 players' jobs. And I always say he's not a natural striker. He is a wide forward at best.
You know what he's lazy, though, right? If he's not
into a striker, Dom.
Yeah, I get that. Into a striker. If he's not an actual striker, this is where the management and coaching system comes in because Tuchel's realised that he hadn't got any strikers. So he's playing Havertz in a different system that supports the strikers. So now that's where we're seeing Ziyech is now a baller, scoring goals for fun. We've seen that rotation. Tammy Abraham must be like, what have I got to do? Like they're thinking, Giroud's like, I don't know what I've got to do to get in this team. I'm a striker. But this is the way he wants to play. And this is what, look at them. Chelsea in the FA semi-final of the FA Cup, how many points behind us? They could easily make top 4.
Champions League.
This is not a Champions League as well, and they've got an easy round. This is not manager bounce. I'm sorry. Manager bounce is when you've got a flicking really a team and everybody feels fantastic, and you kind of still play the same football, but people feel, oh yeah, this is a completely different change of the system, the egos, the confidence, and that's how we feel. Enzo, come in, bro. I know you wanted to come in.
Yeah, no, the thing is, like, you remember when Zidane came to Real Madrid and Benitez, before Zidane came in, Benitez tried to make Gareth Bale the centerpiece of the team. That didn't work out. I think Ronaldo got like maybe 4 goals up until November. Zidane came in, he finished on 44, something like that. Zidane was able to figure out the best way to be able to play that team because they were struggling to find a way to get Isco, Modric, and Kroos all to work at the same time. He realized maybe if I drop Isco and I'll put Casemiro in, then there'll be a difference. And it worked. They won 3 Champions League on the bounce. He was able to utilize everyone's strengths by putting them in the right position at the right places. And I think at the end of last summer, Oli, in a way, was able to do that. You know, putting Matic and Pogba next to each other, Bruno ahead of them, Greenwood on the right, Rashford on the left, etc. It worked. This season, I don't know how many formations we've gone through. Honestly, I don't know. Diamonds, this, that, counter-attacking, sitting at the back. We change all the time because we don't have consistency. And I think with Oli, if he really, really wants to improve this team, he needs to stop being so fearful. You know, I think ever since that 6-1 loss against Tottenham, it's like we've been scared. We've been scared to just go out and fully attack. Or maybe we'll, like for the last few games, we'll attack in the first 10 or 15 minutes and then we'll sit back for the rest of the 20 and, you know, we'll get peppered. So I think that with Oli, it's just a case of like consistency and realizing that every team, like, have you guys noticed this year that every team that has played against us, it's as if it's a cup final for them. Everyone's taking Manchester United seriously, but we don't take ourselves seriously. The only games that we ever take seriously are maybe the big ones like Man City, Liverpool.
That's when we step up and we beat the teams that we're not supposed to beat. But then we can't beat the Sheffield United, the West Broms. Bro, I hear you, man. Let me quickly get in the comments here. Tuchel's doing well because he had 200 million of talent. Well, Lampard couldn't do it, bro. But I hear you. I definitely hear you. You've definitely got a nice disposal. But remember, Lampard couldn't get all these people firing because he's just not as good as Tuchel. It's a fact. Lampard knew it. Lampard would be like, yeah, I need to go back to a drawing board. I'm going to ask like really interested guys. Get your last week. We've only got about 5 minutes left. If you've got any questions for the panel, get it in. A quick Q&A. Any good questions, we'll try and get them up. I'll start off the questions. Art Techers. When I say I'm not referring to the stature of the club, onside Bruno and Pogba playing to full ability, I'm unsure who walked into the Leicester team. I hear you. At the end of the day, Ollie set us up completely wrong. Why in Jesus' name did we start strong and just swap out players? We killed the game off. We didn't need to rest players. You know what? I hear you. It's a hard one. Look, I'm going to ask this right to everyone here, okay? And it's just a quick answer. Would you rather us play football, which is attractive, and you see what we're doing? We're trying to build a certain way of playing, but in the first season, we finish 5th and with no trophy. Or would you rather us play this football and finish 4th with no trophy? And
obviously, the first option.
It depends. Like, I mean, because obviously you can play good football, and even though you may finish poorly, it can still progress over to the next season where the confidence builds. We've seen that with Liverpool. We've seen that with many great teams beforehand. But I think right now in this moment, I'll secure top 4.
Okay, you're going with, don't worry about the football as much. We need to just secure top 4. Naji, what would you rather? Would you rather us play good football but not really achieve as much, but on a journey, or play this football and see what happens?
Well, this football's not making us achieve anything, so I'd rather play good football because I know we're not going to. Whatever manager comes in, we're not going to get backed. So I think like what is it, Enzo?
Yeah,
like what Enzo was saying, this squad's good enough now. I think all these managed to get us to that level. Whether most of his signings weren't good enough or not, his squad's good enough. So another manager that comes in that can progress us to the next level, play good football with this set of players whilst we've got them before they leave. You may just be able, from a footballing perspective, switch the balance where we're actually able to progress to the next level. You can't do it right now. That's it.
Yeah.
So I'd rather play better football with this squad.
Yeah, fine. And that means even if that means that we won't make top 4.
Even if it means we won't make top 4 right now, it is what it is. I feel like we would, though. I think realistically, we would make top 4 with a bit better footballing style. We've got better players than most teams with better talent, world-class level. So I don't see we're not making top 4. If Ollie can make top 4 with this trash, then I'm sorry, if you're a good manager, you're obviously going to do better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aidan, what's your thoughts? Would you rather us play football that's more attractive, progressive, but we might not actually secure top 4 or get a trophy?
I'd rather us play, if we played really good football and I knew that I could see something going on, and I knew that we could build off for the next season, I'd rather us finish 7th and finish 2nd and be absolutely awful. And actually not 2nd, I'd say top 4.
Yeah.
Again, I think it's a bit of a loaded question because, look, if I can see that we're going to develop, I'd much rather us play better football than finish lower. If I can see, okay, we're attacking brilliantly, we just need a centre-back, we just need a DM, I'd be like, yeah. But we can't see that. We can't, can we? So what, are we just going to sit around 4th for years? No, man. Liverpool in their 3rd season with Klopp, you could see, even though they lost the Europa League final and even though they lost the Champions League final, you could see they were building towards something. So it doesn't matter. You know, I don't see what we're building towards. But the only thing, Ollie's rebuild is one of them flipping straw houses. You know, the corrugated iron places in the Brazilian favelas. That's what his rebuild is. That's what his rebuild is.
Whoa.
We need to be building on proper foundations, bruv.
Well, I think, like, guys, I think we've had it there. I think it's a situation for me. I know what football that I want to see. I know what football that Aidan wants to see. Neji, probably Enzo as well. I don't speak for every fan, not in the slightest. Not in the slightest do I speak for every fan. But fans want us to win. To win football, we need to play good football, just like the biggest teams who play the good football. Just like the PSGs, the Juventuses, the Real Madrid, people that have won things in the last 5 years, they play a certain brand of football. I'm not saying to go and play pet football. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying to go and play clock football. I'm saying I've got no problem with playing Ollie ball, but we need to see what the ball's flicking doing. I don't know what Ollie ball is. I don't know. If he makes a new brand of Ollie ball and we're seeing like these, the way that people interchange and it's passing, and we're seeing Dan James go, he's a speed merchant, but he sees Greenwood and goes, no, my coaching, my drilling has told me that I need to get my head up and pass. I need to sacrifice myself for the rest of the team. If I'm seeing that, like this is the first time I saw that sort of play, interchangeable play goal from Pogba turns his man, fires it in. Donny obviously uses his IQ, and if any man says that Donny didn't mean to do that, the commentators were like, oh, I'm not sure if he meant to. Shut up.
Shut up, man. The commentators are washed, you know. I want to fight some of them, I swear.
Honestly, like I've not seen us do a goal like that before when we interchange. Donny does a fake, and then Greenwood. I love that. That's the sort of goals I want to see. That's the goals I want to see. The pass and move, the fakes, the dummies. Like, we can never score from corners. We can't defend corners. Like, I don't think if we get a corner, I think we should give the ball back to them. It's safer. I think it's safer if we give the ball back to them and set back up in our own half and just play like it's a goal kick to them, because we can't do it. But guys, I appreciate you, Enzo. I appreciate you coming on, Aidan. As always, guys, don't forget to like the video. We're on the international break now, I believe, but there'll still be content coming up. We're going to do a video about who should leave and who should go, and build up a new team with the summer transfers that we're going to do. That'll be really enjoyable. Again, I appreciate you. Thank you for helping me build this community. And yeah, just keep going. Just have a cold shower. I'm going to go and get a Calypso drink to cheer myself up. And just keep moving. Boys, I appreciate you as always. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Peace out. A-Town down. I'm Dominic. See ya.